Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial on how I made my Aqua cosplay, specifically the arm plate. So I ain't gonna drag on, let's get started. This is just me making the template. You got my dimensions 15 by 15 and then I just sort of cut the square out to make it into the shape that I wanted. I folded it in half. Like, you know, when you make butterflies in school, you fold it in half and then you cut it and you get a perfect pattern. So I'll put the dimensions on the screen so you can actually see what I'm doing. You trace it out. And this is EVA foam. I don't remember how thick this EVA foam is actually. I think it's an inch. Yeah, I think it's an inch. So I just traced it out and cut it. Make sure you got something to rest it on as well. So I have a glass table, but if you don't have a glass table, just use one of those cutting boardy, cardy things. This is just making the, oh gosh, what do you call, the angles. So you want it to be smooth, because if you just leave it the way that you cut the EVA foam, it'll be really boxy and square. So in order to make it more like a carved piece of metal, you draw the angles. So you score the lines where you want the dimensions to be, and then you angle your knife. Be very careful, angle your knife to the bottom edge and the scored line, and then you just sort of hacksaw through. Using an actual hacksaw is too big, it won't work. And your knife will get blunt, so be prepared to change the blade like 20 times. Okay, I made 3 of those, and then this is just how I layer them. You'll wind up layering like that, but I'm not going to put them together just yet. Now this is how I made the summoning circle. What is it actually called? Comments below if you know what it's actually called. But I have one of those little gateau tubs, frozen gateau, and a tissue roll. The dimensions are somewhere. They come up somewhere, but yeah, you just cut out the circles. There they are. There you go, there's the dimensions, 5.5 and 7.1. And I'm gonna bend them against that little money tin. So you iron them, because it's a thermoplastic. EVA foam is a thermoplastic. And you just put it on, heat it a bit, bend it. I checked to see if I liked that angle or not. The reason the Dragon Ball is there was because it was originally meant to be molded on the Dragon Ball, but I realized it was too round. So that's what that is, in case you were wondering what that is. I'm just using different angles of it to get the shape that I want. Then you put them together, test it. If you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, iron it again, remold it. But that's all good. So yeah, I used a hair clip to stick these together, to hold these together while I hot glued it. One thing you need to be careful of though is that hot glue does this wonderful thing where it makes hairs if you don't finish the edges. So if you kind of just like, I don't know how you describe that, like an ice cream cone, finish the edges and just wipe it, you'll get less hairs. And now we're on to weathering! Woo! The best part of the process. You just get to stab your friggin' armor and make it look like it's been attacked. So, I've got these little scratches on my knife. What I did with my knife, I should say. You can't actually see them on the armor unless you're up close or if you touch the armor, but it just adds that texture. And it just adds a little bit of ripple on the paint. The rest of them are just kind of, literally just imagine you've been attacked by Heartless and be very tactical about where you place the scratches. Because what I found was that if I have too many scratches in one place, it'll wind up being like, oh, she's just randomly attacking the armor, rather than she's been in a war and she managed to dodge a few hits. Get what I mean? And now it's time to prepare for the paint. In case you're wondering what I'm putting on this armor, it's wood glue. Yes, I keep my wood glue in a cocoa butter tub. I'm ghetto, what you gon' do? I'm not ghetto. I want to be. But yeah, you're supposed to water it down, this wood glue, but I have, the cup on the far side is full of water, and I put the water on my brush, and then I put the brush in the wood glue. So it's essentially watered down wood glue. That's not the way you're supposed to do it, but it's the way I do it. So you just paint it all over, and all it does, it just creates a layer whereby the paint, when you put it on, won't sink in to your, won't sink into the EVA foam, because EVA foam is porous, and you want to make a non-porous surface. So when it dries, it'll be all silky smooth, and you can paint on it. It does go shiny, you can tell when it's done. I just didn't take a picture of it. it just goes all shiny and reflective. So now I'm painting it with acrylic paint. You can see the paints at the back. It's silver and blue. I made the blue out of silver and blue. Just mix them together till I liked the color. If you do go over, don't bother go overing it in blue, because it won't look right. Just smear it out and make it look like weathering. No one's gonna know. Seriously, no one will know. No one's gonna go, you missed one spot of silver paint? How could you do that to your beautiful art? Just literally, just wet your finger, wet your brush, and smear it out, and it just looks like weathering. It just looks nice. Make it work, yeah! And no, I didn't paint the bottom bit. I should have done. But I don't think I painted the underside. You can probably tell in some of the pictures that I didn't paint it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thank you for watching. Actually, no, that's not it, because I painted the button bit. I don't have footage of that, but I painted the button bit with black. I mixed it with the silver and gold, as you can tell. Painted it on, I used a sponge. And then to get it to attach, I have some elastic, and you can get it from like any haberdashery. And you just sort of hot glue it on, so it's not too tight, not too loose to the edges. And you put it on. And that's how you make, well, that's how I made my Aqua cosplay. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and probably subscribe, because there's gonna be a few more of these. This video's getting to be too long, so I'm gonna go. Goodbye, everyone, and have a nice day. Yeah.